Well, we just finished talking about how Final Cut 10 deals with multiple channels of mono audio and a source. Now we're going to talk about one of the features that has been very popular in previous versions of Final Cut that didn't seem to make it into Final Cut 10. And that's really two functions. One is the use of the track tool. The other is the ability to copy, paste, or remove attributes. So just as a quick refresher, I'm going to pop over to Final Cut 7. Normally you'd pick a clip, you'd go up to the effects menu. I'm going to apply a color correction effect. Here I'm going to make the image of our fella a little bit more contrasty, a little bit more saturated, give it a little bit of warmth. So that's the setting that I like. Now I'm going to apply that setting to all the other clips. And typically in Final Cut 7, what I would do is I'd right-click and copy the clip. And using the track tool, if I hit the T key a few times, I get it where it's left and right, meaning everything to either side of the cursor. And I highlight that entire video track. Now, I don't want to apply it to the same clip, so I'm going to deselect that clip. So now, when I hit the right mouse click again and paste attributes, I get this menu that comes up. Now this menu is completely missing in Final Cut 10 because it allows me to separate the application of filters from other parameters. For instance, if I scaled the picture. So I applied the filters and now I've got this sort of warmth applied to all of the clips. Now another interesting thing is in Final Cut 7, it also works with audio. So now let's pop back over to Final Cut 10 and see how that would apply. So let's take a look at our similar shot of the guy. Now I didn't totally duplicate this timeline, but I'm using the same project media. Here's the speaker we showed in our Final Cut 7 clip, and I'm going to add a bit of a color correction. So video, I'm going to turn on my correction, so I go to my color board. I want it a little more contrasty, maybe a little more, going to add a little more overall saturation, and I want to make him just a tad more golden, a little more sunlight effect. So that's the video effect I've applied, and you can see I've got a render bar there because I've got my background rendering turned off. Likewise, I'm going to add something to his audio. So in my Inspector tab, I'm going to go to audio and I want to apply a little bit of an EQ, and I'm just going to do this arbitrarily for the purpose of demonstration. And I'm going to apply a video effect, an EQ effect. So going down to my audio tools, spaces, again I'm just going to arbitrarily pick an effect here for demonstration, and I've now applied that. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to apply that to multiple clips. Well, by doing that, if I simply copy the effect, I've now picked up all the attributes. But now if I want to apply all of those settings to every clip that occurs on the timeline, I have no track tool. So I can't simply select everything to the right of my cursor. I can grab them and quickly lasso them, that works, but now if you've got an hour-long timeline, that starts to get a little bit cumbersome. But if I apply the effect, I can paste the effect, which is a shortcut key of either Option-Command-V or up under the Edit, Paste Effects, but you'll notice all I can do is either paste all the effects or none of the effects. So in 7, I had the ability to simply apply the color correction and deal with the audio as a separate issue. In 10, once I apply the effects, now what I've got is I click on this, let me turn my inspector back on, and you'll notice I have my color correction has been applied, which is what I wanted, but what I did not want is I did not want the audio applied. But if I scroll down here, you'll notice that I've got a medium room echo effect applied to this clip, which is what I didn't want.